Welcome back to another edition of the Everyday Grind News featuring World of Warcraft. Let's start off the news with a bang. The Dragonflight expansion has been officially announced for November 28th. That's the Monday after Thanksgiving, and pre-patch starting sometime in October. Let's get ready. In Wrath of the Lich King classic news, have you ever wanted your very own Frostmourne sword? Well, now you can have it. If you too want to get your hands on this World of Warcraft Frostmourne premium replica, you can get it for the low price of $1,500 in the Warcraft Blizzard shop. Your time is running out to claim your Frostbrood Proto Worm, a free mount that retail players can get when you complete the Wrath of the Lich King Death Knight storyline. The last day that this is available is November 28th. Wrath of the Lich King Classic took the #1 spot on Twitch as the most viewed game on the release day. And don't forget, since the game is filling up and players are playing in record numbers, free character transfers are available on selected realms. Check out Wowhead for the complete list. Since Wrath of the Lich King Classic has been so popular, Warcraft developers made a change to help players take ships to Northrend. To remedy this, Blizzard added a teleportation option to the Northrend boat and or Zeppelin Master NPCs, allowing you to instantly teleport to Northrend. For example, Grebe Ramrocket, the Boring Tundra Zeppelin Master in Orgrimmar, will teleport you to Warsong Hold. Do you still have a few characters that you need to get up to level 60? Well, the Winds of Wisdom buff has returned to Shadowlands. Warcraft had this to say: if you're just returning after a hiatus from World of Warcraft, leveling another character or two, or preparing to get ready for the Dragonflight expansion, then this is the perfect time to jump into the game. Beginning at the week of October 4, with each region's local weekly reset, all World of Warcraft players level 10 to 59 will gain the experience buff called Winds of Wisdom, which will increase experience gains by 50%. Don't delay. The winds will shift once more when the new Drakthir Evoker becomes playable during the Dragonflight pre-expansion patch, and the experience buff will no longer be available. I want to explain the asterisk next to World of Warcraft players. This buff is not available to Wrath of the Lich King Classic players. Wrath of the Lich King Time Walking has returned to Shadowlands. Now's your chance to get in and run the raid Ulduar, and also don't forget to complete your weekly world quest. You complete 5 dungeons and you get that sweet piece of 278 gear. Are you still looking for your Dragonflight beta key? You want to get in there and test the game before the game goes live? Well, you're in luck. Giveaways continue with WoW partnered content creators. Check out the list on Wowhead for those content creators that have those keys to give away. Remember, those content creators only have 3 days to give those keys away, and the list is rotating, so good luck. Raid testing has begun on the Dragonflight beta. Let's check out the list. Here's your Dragonflight raid testing for the beta. There are 3 heroic bosses that we can test today, each for an hour long, and then normal raid will be able to test all weekend starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time. The testing will end on Monday, October 3rd. Next week, the testing begins again on Friday with 2 heroic bosses to be determined, a mythic boss also to be determined, and then we get to test Raid Finder. 4 bosses are available to test starting at 4 p.m. and that test will run through Monday, October 10th. Continuing on with the testing, Thursday, October 13th, 3 mythic bosses to be determined. Friday, 3 more mythic bosses to be determined, and then looks like the remainder of Raid Finder, excluding the last boss, which will start at 4 p.m. Pacific time on that Friday of October 14th and run through the weekend, Monday, October 17th. And speaking of raids, Warcraft has come out with the Season 1 Dragonflight raid schedule. Let's check it out. Here's your raid schedule. December 12th, all versions of the raid, normal, heroic, and mythic vault of the incarnates will open with the weekly maintenance for each region. The week of December 19th, Raid Finder Wing 1 opens. The week of January 2nd, Raid Finder Wing 2 opens. And finally, the week of January 16th, Raid Finder Wing 3 will be open. Cross-faction mythic raiding will be available at the beginning of the raid season, Season 1. Here's the details. Cross-faction mythic vault of the incarnates will be available from the start. Hall of Fame entries will require at least 16 out of 20 raiders to be from the same guild and faction to be eligible for rewards. Loot changes in raids for Dragonflight have players fired up. Let's take a look at it. Here's how loot is going to work in Vault of the Incarnates. Vault of the Incarnates will be group loot only, no personal loot. All trade restrictions have been removed. 3 item level tiers, entry, wing, and final bosses. Certain bosses will have 1 item that intentionally drops at a higher item level. No Titan forging, it always will. PoEs will no longer drop from random trash. Instead, they have a once-a-week lockout to drop from Lieutenant Trash, which could guarantee a set number of BOEs each raid. More important BOEs will be dropping from weapons to higher item level pieces. Dragonflight Season 1 Mythic Plus dungeons were announced a few weeks ago, but let's take a look at the official list. Dragonflight Season 1 will feature a new dungeon rotation for Mythic Plus. 4 dungeons from Dragonflight are included, and 4 returning dungeons from previous expansions. Here's the full lineup. Ruby Life Pools, the No Cun Offensive, the Azure Vault, and Algathar Academy, all from Dragonflight. Here's your expansion dungeon features coming up. Halls of Valor from Legion, Court of Stars from Legion, Shadow Moon Burial Grounds from Warlords of Draenor, and Temple of the Jade Serpent from Mists of Pandaria. If you die in the open world like I do, and you get that thing called res sickness, well, World of Warcraft has introduced a quality of life change coming soon to the res sickness. They're changing it from 10 minutes to 1 minute. Coming with Dragonflight, here it is. Resurrection sickness now lasts 1 minute. It was 10 minutes. Characters that resurrect at a spirit healer below level 10 now suffer a 10% durability loss, and characters that resurrect at a spirit healer at level 10 and above now suffer a staggering 50% durability loss. The previous loss was 25% for all levels. And this picture of the Season 1 PvP mount I pulled off of Wowhead. Here's what they look like. This is the Vicious Sabertooth. Don't forget to catch my live streams 5 days a week on Twitch, and please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on this YouTube channel so you don't miss next week's Warcraft news from Scion's The Everyday Grind.